Hi guys, just wanted to make a quick video about Power BI, mostly to let you know where you can find the Power BI files related to the report for the main purpose of providing some feedback for me on these graphics, and also just take this opportunity to learn a few things about Power BI so you can use it in the future for your own needs. So what we're looking at right here on my screen is the Power BI desktop. That's not where I want to go first. We'll come back here. So I want to show you how to find the published Power BI report that I recently put up related to the report. So you can open any Windows app using the app launcher, or sorry, any Microsoft app, and then I'm just going to go down here, find Power BI, and open the web-based version. We'll let that open. So Power BI is automatically looking at a bunch of different places, and where we want to go right down here on the left-hand side is workspaces. And if we go into workspaces, we see right at the top the 2019 flight use report. So I'll just go ahead and open that, and we see at the very top of this workspace we have dashboards, reports, workbooks, data sets, and data flows. So if I open the report, what we have, I have a couple reports that I've published. So I have the FY19 use report for use reporting for the report. I also have this older version with graphics. I'm going to go ahead and pick the latest version right here. And what we can see is right along in the Power BI interface that I have all my different graphics created along the bottom. Brad and I compiled these. And what I'm hoping is that everyone can go in, take a look at the report, and provide some feedback, any suggestions, look for typos or anything you'd want to suggest making some changes to. And in this case, so one thing worth noting, we have this for Power BI, there's an Esri map, and we have Esri access on the Power BI desktop, but it's not part of our organization, so we can't view it in the Power BI web version. All right, so I just want to show a couple other things, and I'm going to go to the Power BI desktop version here to demonstrate a couple things. So here's the power really of Power BI. So we use it to create some static graphics for the report. That's great. It's a static report. It's going to be printed out sitting on someone's desk, so that's fine. But what I want to point out is the real power of Power BI is anytime we build a visualization, so one page represents a visualization, and we have a couple graphics here. We have two pie charts. We have 2019 flights by bureau and 2019 flights by primary use type. And the real power of Power BI is this. So if I'm on the left hand side and I'm looking at my bureaus, I know BLM is in red. So if I click BLM, what we can see is on the right hand side, this graphic automatically updates to reflect only the BLM information. So if we can look, we see, so for the BLM training and proficiency, that was 1,320 flights, or 12%. And then interagency fires, the blue over here, so 1,156 flights, or 10%. And we can do the same thing drilling down into any of these particular use codes. So if I click on just interagency fire, so who's done the majority of them, we can see that the BLM has done 1,156 flights, which makes sense. That's what we just saw on the other side, or 10% of the total flights. For some reason, that percentage does not seem right, but the number of flights does. So anyway, so it's real easy to drill down and click around and explore the data with multiple graphics in a single visualization. Where I think this really can come in handy is a chart like this. So where So we're on desktop, so we now have access to the Esri maps. But what I did is took this map of our remote pilots and added our flights by bureau into here, so I can use these tools interactively. If I click BLM, the map actually zooms in to show where our BLM pilots are located, Forest Service, Fish and Wildlife Service, etc. So this is a really nice interface for the map for drilling down. As opposed to, I could go ahead and colorize each of these symbols by different color by bureau, which will work well for a static map. But the problem is it becomes very difficult to see when pilots are stacked up on top of each other. And really the last thing I wanted to talk about was how can you publish your own map. So if you make a visualization or make some graphics, all you really need to do is, you just save this file, save it to a location wherever you want to save it. I'm saving all these to the SharePoint so people can actually grab them out of the FY19 flight use SharePoint. But if I want to publish this to a workspace to make it available to view online, so I just hit from the Home tab, I just hit the Publish button, and I'm waiting. It's thinking a little bit. So now it's asking me select a destination. So if I just pick this 2019 Flight Use Report workspace, and I hit OK, I've already published something with the same data and the same name, so it's asking me whether I want to replace it. I'll say yes. Since I went and cleaned out a bunch of the tabs in here that we weren't using, this actually publishes pretty quickly. There we go. Just took probably about 10 seconds there. And now we can go back through the web application, and that's where I would be able to go in and find what other use reports are available within the FY19 Flight Use Report workspace. So hopefully this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.